All right, everybody, good afternoon. I hope you guys are doing well. Like I said earlier, we're going to take a little bit of a break from the draft evaluations today, just a 1 day pause. We'll get back to it tomorrow. And then it's going to be quite a few days in a row, I think, of just talking about draft evals until there's some reason to put a stop to it, until we're done. So we're going to do a mock draft today because I haven't done one in a couple weeks. We have a few new picks, so we definitely need to reconsider our position here and reevaluate what it is that we're looking to do. So we needed to do another one of these. Once again, I get the rough position value of each player from the mock draft database, which is not perfect and is probably a little bit slow to catch up to the rest of the world, but I like the balanced perspective. So if you see something that seems way out of pocket, just understand that I'm going by them and I'm willing to live with whatever problems I run into because of it. And there are going to be problems, but there are going to be problems no matter what. So I could use a simulator, I could use one big board instead of a bunch, but I don't think it's really going to fix the overall issue of trying to really drill down to what a player's actual value is. So this is mock draft 10.0. I'm just going to go through each pick one by one, talk about them for a little bit, and then move along. All right, so we're going to we're going to dream a little bit big with this first pick. I don't know how likely this is to happen, but it's become clear that it has a non-trivial chance of happening. So I'm going to go with Kelvin Banks of Texas at 18. There was definitely a time where I thought he was a surefire top 10 pick. Now it seems like teams are a little bit worried if he's going to be able to play tackle, which is fine by me because if he's a guard, then he can be a great one. And we need a guard more than a tackle right now. So this would immediately dash the issue that we have at the top of the draft where there's not going to be a guard worth taking. Kelvin Banks is a guard worth taking. That he has tackle upside is a bonus. His arms are a little bit shorter than you would like, although not critically so, and his pass protection skills are not as advanced as his run blocking skills. So if he bumps inside to left guard, that is something that could be very good for him. It could even help his development into a tackle down the line. It could give him an opportunity to kind of ease himself into the tackle role eventually. So that would be kind of a dream come true for me. Maybe not my favorite dream pick, but he would be up there. So Kelvin Banks, left tackle, left guard, I don't know, maybe right tackle as well from Texas. That's my pick at 18 in mock draft number 10. All right, 50th overall, so middle second round. I'm going with Jaden Higgins. Jaden Higgins, I picked him in my mocks before. Iowa State receiver. The more I look at him, the more I love him. Absolute freak of nature. He's big, he's fast, he's explosive, he's quick, good hands, everything you could want. Personally, I'm a little bit worried he's going to end up going in the early second. We're not going to have a chance at him because he really is just that good. But Jaden Higgins, if you can get him at 50, to me would just be the ultimate dream. You are doing a phenomenal job trying to replace DK Metcalf at that point. I will give the team a lot of credit if they find a way to replace DK Metcalf with Jaden Higgins on a rookie contract. I'm not saying he's as talented as DK, but in his own way, I think he has a very good chance of becoming better than DK overall. That's how much I like him. Next second round pick. Struggled with this one a little bit, but Alfred Collins, nose tackle out of Texas. The dude is massive. The dude is tall. The dude is wide. The dude weighs a lot. The dude has giant arms. He's going to be a nightmare in the middle for blockers to deal with. And there are some things that need to be worked on here for sure. He does need to refine his anchor a little bit. He does need to improve in some very important areas. But I think that Alfred Collins is going to be a really good nose tackle. It's kind of unfortunate that I don't think he's going to be great out of the box. But other than, of course, Grant, who will be long gone by here, I do think he's the best nose tackle prospect in this draft and something that we kind of need. So it's a little bit pushing it maybe, but I'm taking Alfred Collins and I'm betting on his great talent. All right, third round pick, we go Jared Wilson, the center from Georgia, who tested like a freak. There are limitations, there are shortcomings, there are issues with Jared Wilson, but he is a dream come true for a zone scheme with his incredible movement abilities. I think that he has a significantly higher ceiling than Oluwatimi, who I know a lot of people are into, but I don't know. I can't see him ever being anything more than an average starter, and I think that's the best case scenario. Jared Wilson, his athleticism, I think, rivals Kelsey. Now, that doesn't mean he'll be as good as Kelsey. He's got a lot to do if he wants to get there. But Jared Wilson is a rare center talent. He's not the best center prospect we've seen recently, not even close. But his abilities really, really stand out. So Jared Wilson is my pick for round 3 here. So we got one more pick in the top 100 for sure. And I'm taking Gunnar Helm, a tight end from Texas, another Texas guy. He tested really poorly, and then it came out that he was testing on a really bad ankle, and everything made sense. So I'm not going to sweat the testing. I'm not even going to think about it. If you saw the ankle, you would understand why he tested badly. So Gunnar Helm, big-time playmaker, Texas, good tape, a lot of good stuff there. Really exciting as a prospect. Productive and fairly well-rounded, I would say. I don't want to go too far with it, but I think that he brings stuff to the table in multiple areas. And maybe, I don't know if we would even value this at this point. Maybe he liberates us to move on from Noah Fant. Maybe. At that point, it might be too late. I don't know. But it seems to me that we're stuck with Noah Fant because we don't know how to get another tight end. Gunnar Helm could be that other tight end. All right, fourth round. Into day 3, we're going with Noel Williams of California, the cornerback. One comp that I saw, I had a viewer actually point this out to me. One comp for Noel Williams that somebody pointed out was Kobe Bryant. It's kind of like that. He's not very fast. He's not a tremendous athlete, but he's a gamer. He's a willing tackler. He's really good in run support. And he's somebody who I think could have roles in multiple areas. He could be a slot corner. He could be an outside corner. He could be a safety. I don't know exactly where Noel Williams lands, but I feel like his gamesmanship is to the point where he will find a way to be good. So that is pick number, well, in this draft, 6, round number 4. So yeah. Moving on to round 5 here, Dante Thornton. Kind of a receiver man crush for me. If Jaden Higgins is a relatively sure thing as a prospect, then Thornton is my Hail Mary. There is a universe where Dante Thornton becomes like a poor man's Randy Moss. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's got the straight line ability, but he does have stuff to work on. And the fact that he comes from that Tennessee offense is not helping. I admit that. I am aware of that. I think we all know Dante Thornton has a lot to work on to make it in the league. Really is anything other than a decoy. But man, if you're hitting on Higgins in the 2nd and then you're getting Thornton in the 5th, that's kind of a dream come true. Like you have absolute liberty to not get the Thornton thing right, and it's not that big of a deal in the 5th round. But if you get it right, you've got nothing to worry about at the receiver spot for a little while. Okay, next round 5 pick is Malachi Moore, safety. I think this team needs safety depth, and Malachi Moore kind of slipped under the radar here. He's an Alabama safety, and he's not really getting the press that stud Alabama safeties typically get. I don't think he's as good as some of the other top Alabama safeties in recent memory, of course, but Malachi Moore is good. I don't know why he slipped this far. I don't know why he's supposedly a late day 3 guy. And I think you could do very well with him. I think that he would bring a lot to the table as a 3rd safety, even if we decide to go that way. And he's also a very viable backup on a team that is currently devoid of any real safety backups. Malachi Moore would immediately become safety 3 in my book. And I think that he is good enough to handle that role. So that's round 5. Now, there's only a couple picks left at the very tail end here, but let's go ahead and get through them, even though these are hard. Round 7, 223, Tyler Batty, edge rusher from BYU. A little bit of a bigger guy, somebody that I think McDonald would like. Kind of an atypical edge player, a little like DeMarcus Lawrence. I would suspect that Batty, maybe he can be your fifth edge. Maybe you don't need a fifth edge and he ends up on your practice squad. Either way, I think there's something fun to develop here. And it's, it's not like we're married to our edge rushers right now. Nwosu has 2 years left on his deal. D-Law could be out of here very quickly if things don't go well. We'll see the contract later. And Mafe and Hall are on rookie deals. So if you want to throw up a dart with Tyler Batty, I think that'll be reasonable use. And then last pick, 234, Xavier Truss. Just a backup tackle from Georgia. Not much to say. I just kind of poked around in that area of the draft, and Xavier Truss spoke to me. Georgia tackle, can't go too wrong with it. Why not? Get Jared Wilson's old teammate. Pretty good value for the 7th round in my book, honestly. I think he's all right. I would take him in the 5th and not feel too bad about it. All right, that's it for my mock draft 10.0. Let me know what you guys think down below. It is a little bit bold at the top. I don't think Banks will be there, but I don't think it's impossible. And I want to explore that possibility. All right, so I'm getting out of here. Probably another video later today. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to hit the prospect stuff. Hope to see you guys then. Go Hawks. And keep on chugging. We are getting through this off season one day at a time.